hell is even that?
Yo, what's up, guys? We got some really cool breaking news regarding UFC 310. Obviously, earlier in the week, Dana White said he's going to announce some exciting fights for that card soon, and that's what he did today. So, the co-main event, apparently, Kai Asakura versus Alexandre Pantoja, and the main event, Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Belal Muhammad. We're going to get right into it. Two really sick fights. Also, they moved a couple of fights on that card. We'll get right into it. Make sure you guys like and sub if you guys are excited. And let me know in the comments who you guys got winning these fights. So first, let's watch the announcement video from Dana White.
All right, gang. I'm back with another announcement. Saturday, December 7th, from the T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, in the main event, welterweight champion Belal Muhammad takes on the undefeated Shavkat Rakhmonov. Belal is on an 11-fight unbeaten streak lasting more than 6 years. Belal will be looking to make his first title defense.
I love how, like, the way he hyped up Belal is just saying, he's on an undefeated streak lasting 6 years. Not like, he's got 4 finishes and he's knocked out guys like former champions like Leon Edwards. You know what I mean? It's just like, he's on an unbeaten streak. Excuse me. See, when you talk shit about Belal, you freaking, I don't know, like his magic gets to you or something.
Using his elite level wrestling, Shavkat is undefeated with all 18 of his wins coming by finish. Half of his fights he's won in the very first round.
See, like you see the complete difference, the way he just hyped up Belal and the way he just hyped up Shavkat. Also, I hope I don't get copyright for this footage, but I don't think so. I hope not. I don't make money off my videos anyways. Who cares?
Shavkat has incredible takedown defense and has spent less than half of 1% of fight time from the bottom position.
Yo, are you guys hearing the complete difference? He spent like 5 seconds hyping up Belal's accolades and has spent like 20 hyping up everything Shavkat's ever done in his career.
This will be an incredible matchup of two styles. Will Belal extend his legacy, or will Kazakhstan have their first ever world champion?
So, he's going to talk about the co-main event. Let's talk about the main event real quick. I'm super excited for that fight, honestly, because it's kind of a hard one to predict. Shavkat doesn't really have boring fights. Sometimes, I mean, but he usually always gets finishes. So even if he has a boring first round or second round, he always gets the finish. I'm very excited for the fight. Honestly, in terms of who I have winning, I have Shavkat winning. Early prediction is Shavkat. I know he's coming off of an injury, but it's not a crazy bad injury. Yeah, I have Shavkat. I think he over 5 rounds. Has he ever even had a 5-round fight? Or has he even been in the 5th round? Like, I don't think he's ever even made it past the 3rd round, right? Like, the guy always gets finishes. I think he's gonna beat Belal. I think the difference between him and Leon Edwards is Leon Edwards could be down in the scorecards. He could be down in the fight. He doesn't have that dog in him, right? And I'm not even saying that ironically, like. And I know people are going to say, oh, but he got that fluke head kick KO, which it was a fluke. I mean, come on. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't a fluke, but like, dude, he could have really pushed the pressure a lot more in the Belal fight. He could have, because you saw what happened in the 5th round when he finally started pushing the pressure. He busted Belal's fucking head open. But he just didn't, I guess he didn't have the air or the gas to push. And it cost him the fight. Same with Colby Covington. Obviously, he won that fight, but it was the most boring fight of the year. The Usman trilogy fight, the 3rd fight, boring fight. He won the fight, but I think it was like a really close decision. Like, it's not as if, like, I don't know. Leon Edwards is just, but Shavkat's different. Shavkat's gonna go for Belal. He's gonna try to knock him out. He's gonna try to get him down. He's gonna try to submit him. He's going for the finish. And I don't know. Could Belal handle that kind of pressure? I don't think Belal's faced anyone as all-around skilled as Shavkat. He's faced guys with amazing striking. He's faced guys with decent grappling. But he's not faced guys that are good at everything. Guys that can submit people. Guys that can knock people out. Guys that can hold people down. Guys that can defend takedowns. He's not faced somebody who's as good of an all-rounder as Shavkat Rakhmonov. So I've got Shavkat. That's my early prediction. As we get closer to the card, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we'll find out Shavkat has staph infection or something, you know, and maybe I'll change my prediction. But let's get to the co-main event. Really cool. I think it's a good main event, to be honest, especially with the co-main event. I think it's a really good co-main event. We'll get to it.
Co-main event. The flyweight champion Pantoja faces the debuting Kai Asakura.
There you go.
Pantoja has the second most.
So I don't think this is the first time a UFC fighter or a debuting UFC fighter has gotten a title shot off of a debut, but it's a really cool thing. I don't mind it at all. I think it's perfect. I know Mokaev, Muhammad Mokaev. Some of you guys might not know who he is because he's cut from the UFC. Nobody cares about him. But I know he put like a laughing emoji on Twitter. He's a loser. There's a reason they cut him. He's boring. He's a bum. I'm glad they cut him. Because now we got sick fighters like Kaya Sakura. Tatsuro Taira is fighting tonight at the time of this recording as well. So yeah, I think this is a fine decision having him get a title shot off of a debut.
Wins in flyweight history, second most finishes, and third most significant strikes landed. He's got wins over guys like Brandon Moreno, Steve Ercik, and Brandon Royval. Pantoja's dangerous everywhere with 8 knockouts, 10 submissions, and he has never been finished. Kai Asakura makes his UFC debut and steps right into a 5-round title fight. Listen to me, everybody. Nobody wanted to fight him, but Pantoja.
The UFC are so like cheap that they couldn't even pay like whatever Japanese promotions Asakura fought for. They couldn't even pay them like a couple. How much would it have? How much would it have cost? Like $1,000? Here, throw them $1,000 so we can use your footage. Like really, and put their watermark at the bottom. Like they're so lazy and cheap. I hate that about the UFC. They're so cheap, bro. Instead, we just got to see highlights of him shadowboxing in a shitty little octagon. Like, oh my god, bro. That just really annoyed me.
Pantoja is an absolute badass and agreed to the fight. Asakura has 13 of his 21 wins by knockout.
Did you hear what Dana just said too? Nobody wanted to fight Asakura because if you remember, if you watch my Taira versus Royval prediction video, I mentioned that Royval said the UFC offered him Asakura in what's that country? Australia. Jesus. And yeah, they offered him, and he turned it down for money or whatever. So Dana's kind of throwing a little subs there. Typical Dana, right?
In 12 wins in the very first
But he won't say that about John Jones, who turned down fighting Chael Sonnen.
round. He is a vicious striker. His last 2 wins were by knees to the body. Asakura is part of a surging Japanese MMA scene and looking to make a statement in his very first UFC fight. Also on the card.
All right. So this is where I'm kind of torn on this fight because I think I'm gonna go Pantoja. I just feel like you can't knock this guy out. He's got like the greatest chin in the history of the sport, bro. He's taking shots from Steve Ercik, couldn't get knocked out. Royval couldn't get knocked out. Moreno couldn't get knocked out. None of these guys can knock him out. Like, what the fuck? He could take a clean whatever from like Kai Kara France. It would have knocked him out. I just don't think Asakura is any different. I think Pantoja is just gonna do what he does and win a 5-round decision. It might be a bit exciting. He might get dropped once or twice, but I got Pantoja. Obviously, as we get closer to the fight, I'll watch more Asakura video or Asakura fights, and I'll try to accustom myself with him more. Maybe my prediction will change after that, but for now, I am going Pantoja just to play it safe. Now we're gonna get to the next fight, and he's gonna talk about the rest of the card. It's a pretty good card overall.
Vicente Luque takes on the legend Nick Diaz.
So the returning Nick Diaz, I don't know if he's washed or not, so I don't know if I'm excited for this. But this was supposed to be on I want to say the Saudi Arabia card or something, because of course they're gonna give this. Of course they're gonna put this fight on Saudi Arabia, not on like the Sphere or anyways.
Nick Diaz is back.
But no, they bumped it to UFC 310, which is cool. I don't know who I'm predicting for this. I'll go Luque. I think he's a lot more reliable. Hopefully it's a good fight. Hopefully Nick Diaz comes in shape though.
We're also going to see the number 2 ranked Ciryl Gane versus the number 3
So Ciryl Gane is done ducking in the pond.
ranked Alexander Volkov. Very important fight. And
this is a good fight. Winner probably gets a title shot next. Really what will happen is Jones is going to retire, and then it will be Aspinall versus the winner of this. I kind of hope it's Cyril Gane because it would be a cool fresh matchup. But I like Volkov, so it'd be cool if he won too. I'm going for Cyril Gane. He's beaten Volkov before. I don't really like rate Cyril Gane that highly anymore, just because he's like, I don't know. I just don't like a lot of his antics. I think he legitimately does duck his opponents. Um, but I got him beating Volkov, to be honest. It'll probably be a decision. I think it will be very. Both guys will be pretty tentative, and both guys got decent chins. It'll be a decision. Um, but yeah, we'll see. Really good main card, seemingly.
Heavyweight division. Ladies and gentlemen, live from...
And ladies and gentlemen, it's not a bad main card at all. Honestly, it's a really good main card. Legitimately a good main card. Um, I'm not mad at it. I think. Also, make sure you guys follow my Twitter at BigXGuts. Bottom left, as you can see. But anyways, it's not a bad card at all. It's a really solid card. Again, I got Rachmanov and I got Pantoja, but I'm not fully convinced or fully, what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, I'm not fully what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, English is hard. I'm not fully sure on my prediction on Pantoja yet because I haven't seen enough of Asakura, so I'm gonna watch his fights probably tonight, to be honest, and I'm gonna make my actual predictions as we get closer to the fight. But yeah, my early predictions: Rachmanov, Asakura. I'll go Luque. I'll go Cyril Gane. Um, I think this card also has Sterling versus what's that guy's name? Evloev. Jesus. When it comes to the Dagestani fighters, I always forget their names. That's how boring they are. I got Sterling in that as well. So UFC 310 looking really good. Looking like a really good pay-per-view. We got some big announcements. Let me know if you guys are excited. What are your guys' predictions for the card? Yeah, let me know in the comments below, man. Make sure you guys like and sub. Great fights. Super exciting fights. UFC are capping off the year pretty well, to be honest, because you've got 308. Um, I'm not sure what is the because 308's Hollow Topuria. What's 309? Um, oh, 309 is with Jones and Stipe. Yes. See, no one cares about that fight. The only reason I remember that was because Chandler Oliveira was a co-main event. So 309 is Jones Stipe, 310. Okay, that's not bad. That's a pretty good stretch of pay-per-view. So hopefully Jones tears his ACL in that fight. Make sure you guys like and sub. And yeah, fuck John Jones. And yeah, overall great card, and great fights. Super exciting. UFC, they're not doing too bad, guys. They're not doing too bad.